The transfer window is well on its way. We already had a few big deals, Erling Haaland to Manchester City, Darwin Nuñez to Liverpool, but believe me, there is still a lot to come. And the transfer window is still open for quite some time, but in July I'm sure that we're going to have fireworks regarding transfers. So that's why in this video I will give you 10 deals that I'm pretty sure will happen in July. So guys, believe me, after this video you're completely updated before the transfers have even happened. So without further ado, I'm Nouri, welcome to HITC Football, and let's get right into the video. Starting off with the first transfer, and it's going to be a new player for Chelsea, because I think that in July Matthijs Ligt will sign for Chelsea. For the entire season there's been a lot of noise around Matthijs Ligt in Juventus because he wants to leave the club. He feels like at this point the club does not have the same level and ambitions that he wants, so that's why he wants out. And something that we have heard for quite some time is that Matthijs Ligt will join Chelsea. And guys, this makes sense, right? Matthijs Ligt is still 22 years old, he's still really young, he's definitely one of the best young defenders in the entire world. Chelsea really need to sign some defenders because after Christensen and Rudiger left, they need a new center back. And signing Matthijs Ligt could be a very good start. Recently Matthijs Ligt spoke about the move and he only said, "I don't know, we'll have to wait." And as an Ajax fan, I have experience with this. Matthijs Ligt is really good at saying stuff without actually saying something. But still, there are rumors that Chelsea already made a £69 million bid for the player and that they're discussing personal terms already, so it looks like this deal is going ahead. Moving on to the second player, that will probably also be another Chelsea signing. Believe me, these will not only be Chelsea signings, but this story is pretty interesting. For months we heard that Raphinha had an agreement with Barcelona, and also Arsenal were pretty interested in the player, but Barcelona was number one. Apparently the club already had an agreement with the player and they were willing to pay the fee. But then Chelsea came in and hijacked the transfer. So guys, just a quick side note, if you want to see me make a video about the craziest hijacked transfers, be sure to vote on the poll that I put on the screen right now. Let me know which of the two you like better and I will make it happen. Anyways, let's get on with the video. So yeah, Barcelona had an agreement with the player, they were willing to pay the transfer fee, but then Chelsea swooped in and they basically did the same thing. In football it's very normal that you pay a transfer in installments, so Barcelona did the same thing, which is the only way that they can sign players because they're absolutely broke. But the big difference between Barcelona's and Chelsea's proposal is that Chelsea were willing to pay a big amount of the fee already right now. And obviously Leeds like that better, so that's why they want the Chelsea deal. And with all the players that Barcelona are trying to get in, will they be able to afford Raphinha? So that's why, if you ask me, the deal with Chelsea has a little bit more weight to it. Moving on to another Brazilian player, and this is all but confirmed. I'm talking about Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal. Because recently a video surfaced of Gabriel Jesus in the Arsenal stadium with the Arsenal kit and the number 9 on his back. But as per now, Arsenal and Manchester City still haven't confirmed the deal. Alright, so as I'm editing this video right now, this deal has just been confirmed by Arsenal. So all of this is just sealed. It still counts because when I was recording it wasn't confirmed yet. So anyways, the deal is now fully done and confirmed, so let's move on with the video. And I think that this is a killer signing from Arsenal. Personally, I think that Gabriel Jesus is a great player. When he plays, he always delivers. And for Arsenal, when he gets to be the main man, I think that he's capable of scoring a lot of goals for them. And he will also fit in really nicely with Arteta's style of play. So if you ask me, this £45 million signing is great business from Arsenal. Moving on to number 4, we're going to talk about Arsenal's rivals, because I think that Spurs is going to sell Steven Bergwijn to Ajax. And after all of the players that have already left or are leaving Ajax, Sebastian Haller, Gravenberg, Mazraoui, possibly Martinez and Anthony as well, so I think it's time for some positive news for Ajax fans. And I know it hasn't happened yet, but it looks pretty certain. This deal has already been in the works for 3 transfer windows, and every single time it didn't work out in the end. But this summer I'm pretty positive that it will, because Ajax will get a lot of money in, and this is the player that they need, a player that has depth in his game. And the way he has been performing for the Netherlands in these last couple of games, 5 goals in 7 games, actually shows what he is capable of. And there's literally no perspective for this guy at Spurs. After they signed Richarlison, they still have Son and Kane. He's not going to play there, he needs to leave. And I think that Ajax could be a great destination for him. Moving on to number 5, and yes, this is a complicated deal, but it has been covered everywhere. So after this one, there are a few possible transfers that you guys would not expect. And believe me, you want to watch to see who I'm talking about. But first up is Lewandowski to Barcelona. And this saga is turning out to be really sad for Lewandowski. Because since joining Bayern in 2014, this guy has literally performed consistently for the club. He gave his all every single time, and now they don't want him to leave. Which is understandable because he's still one of the best strikers in the world, but guys, come on. He played there for 8 years and now he wants to have one last hurrah in a different country, and you're basically holding him hostage. But yeah, Barcelona want to get the player in, and it makes a lot of sense. They have a very capable team at Barcelona. I know that a lot of people think that they are doomed, but they're not. They have a lot of capable players. They create a lot of chances, but they need a striker. And you could already see that when Aubameyang joined in January, he was scoring for fun. And to be fair, are there many goal scorers better than Lewandowski? I don't think so. So it will be very interesting. Will Bayern actually let him leave? Barcelona is convinced that they can sign him, but at 33 years of age, it has to happen this summer. Moving on to number 6, and guys, believe me, this is going to be a very spicy one, and I haven't seen a lot of coverage on this one, because this has literally only become a possibility over the weekend. Ronaldo dropped a major bomb in Manchester, as he reportedly told the club that he wants to leave because he's not happy with what the club are doing right now. And it makes sense. Their rivals, Manchester City, got Erling Haaland in, Liverpool signed Darwin Nuñez, and so far Manchester United are reportedly signing Tyrell Malacia. It's not really the same level of signings. So that's why Ronaldo reportedly went out. This could be a tactic to put pressure on the board, but to be fair, I think he's actually right. He doesn't have a lot of time to wait up at 37 years of age, and he wants to have one last hurrah, and that's not gonna happen with Manchester United. I think that Cristiano Ronaldo could actually make a comeback to Real Madrid. Apparently his agent also offered him to Bayern Munich, who are not interested. They offered him to Chelsea, and I think that that move will not happen. PSG could sign him, but apparently they already have a lot of ego, so they don't want to go anywhere near to Ronaldo. Man City is out of the question. Barcelona will not happen, so Real Madrid will literally be the only destination if he still wants to perform at the highest level. And last summer he was reportedly also close to joining them. There were talks, but this summer it could actually happen. I know it's a very bold statement, guys, and it could be very far-fetched, but if this happens, you heard it here first. Moving on to the next transfer, which will be Sterling to Chelsea, and I promise this is the last player to join Chelsea. And how weird this deal actually sounds, it also makes a lot of sense, and I personally think that during July this transfer will actually happen. And I'll even go a step further, because I think that Chelsea would be absolutely out of their minds if they wouldn't sign Sterling for £45 million. Because in his time at City, it happened 4 times that he scored more than 17 goals in all competitions, which is great actually. And the 1920 season was definitely the highlight, when he scored 31 goals in 52 games across all competitions. And for Chelsea, this would be a ridiculous deal. Sterling right now is in his prime, he's 27 years of age, they can sign him for under his market value. So without a shadow of a doubt, Chelsea should definitely do this, and I think that this deal is even going to happen in July. Next up is Frenkie de Jong to Manchester United, and guys, come on, this deal has been covered so many times, this has to happen, right? And there are a lot of games being played with this transfer. Laporta, the Barcelona president, recently came out saying that Frenkie de Jong doesn't want to leave Barcelona and that Barcelona doesn't want to sell him, but in my opinion, this is only to drive up the price. But apparently now Manchester United and Barcelona are nearing an agreement of £65 million plus 20 million in add-ons. And if Barcelona want to make the signings that they actually want to make, they need to sell a player that's worth big money, and it has to be Frenkie de Jong, right? So believe me, it will take some time, but in July this deal will be 100% done and dusted. And for the next transfer, we're going over to Italy, where Angel Di Maria will most likely sign with Juventus. And this deal will be confirmed sooner rather than later. This summer, Di Maria left PSG on a free, and he's now free to sign with any club. Juventus has been linked since the beginning basically. Barcelona was also a possibility for quite some time, but apparently he is now chosen for Juventus. There will be no fee involved since he's a free agent, which is pretty obvious, right? And I think all in all, this will be a great signing for Juventus. This deal could even be confirmed before this video is out, but if not, believe me, this will happen sooner rather than later. And in Di Maria, we have a player that is joining Juventus, but for the last transfer in this video, we're going to talk about a player that has actually left Juventus and is going to join one of their rivals, because Dybala is 100% going to join Inter. And I think this is a strange move, because I still remember that when Dybala left Juventus, he was crying a lot, but now he's joining one of their rivals. So to me, those tears don't really mean a lot. And I'm talking about this transfer like it has already happened, and to be fair, it really looks like it's only a matter of time, because the president of Inter has spoken about it, Dybala has spoken about it. But the only thing that is a little bit strange is that weeks ago people already expected this deal to be done and dusted, but it still hasn't been completely finalized, so anything could still happen realistically. But like I said, I don't really hear a lot of noise about other clubs trying to sign him, so consider this deal done. So guys, that's the video done and dusted. Believe me, all these transfers will happen in July. I'm going to bet that at least 8 will happen. So at the end of July, let's take a look back at this video and see how many I actually got right. Let me know in the comments down below which transfer are you most excited for. Be sure to like, share and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.